Hello, welcome to my live demonstration on one of the quite amazing library that is called reflexive DLL injection created by Stephen Fielder. So I record this video because I'm teaching in the class of 7905. This year, which is 2025, I want to update everything, including introduce the new concept, how the malware is running, how the defender or malware analyst should be able to identify the most modern malware or malicious solution or malicious application, whatever you want to name it, um, because most of the nowadays C2 server or C2 framework have been adopted in a way it will try to bypass most of the detection capability. For example, it can disable your EDR. Antivirus bypass is simple. Uh, Bypassing the EDR or XDR require more technique. Nowadays, malwares are not running on the file system. It's difficult for you to extract the malware or the malware to have the uh, different kind of technology, different kind of technique that have been well publicly shared amongst the red teamers. You can easily find a way you can learn how to develop malware uh, in the GitHub. So I do the demonstration is trying to match with the courses. So when you finish the course, at least you may be able to have a chance to identify those malware developed by the attacker or shared out by the sophisticated attacker or even the advanced red teamer from the GitHub or internet in somehow. So why I picked the effective refractive DL injection because it has been heavily used by C2 framework. First, you can find it in the Metasploit, and then another commercial red team tool called Cobble Strike. I always have in my mindset that I may be able to identify them during my um, incident response engagement or compromise assessment engagement. So let's jump into the source. Um, the DLL, the reflexive DLL injection you can find from the GitHub. I just try to read out what is it about. Basically, it is a library which is a DLL injection technique have been adopted by reflexive programming. The main objective is try to put the DLL library into a host, into the memory of the host process. Basically, that is a process to be injected. Uh, Normal DLL injections load the DLL from the file system, but that is reflexive DLL. It just put the portion of the DLL and partial of the PE header into the host process, or maybe you can call it a victim process, without loading anything from the file system. However, all the process when you create a memory space, we put DSTL inside this host process or victim process. They a lot of the P header information, including the input address table, may not be suitable, cannot be fixed on to make it run. So the reflexive DLL is responsible to make itself can be minimized, can be implemented into the victim process and automatically find the import address table to load the running uh, uh, process can find out all the API location inside the injected process. It seems a little bit complicated. If you want to know more, try to read the information offered by the Stephen Fuller. You can download it from the GitHub. To do the demonstration, I want to do an interactive way to using one of the famous commercial product of the red teaming or pen testing tool called CobbleStrike. I'm not lucky to buy one of them, and I'm not using it as my engagement because I know some of the red team skill set, but I'm not practicing pen tester or red teamer, not even some kind of offensive way to do the penetration testing. In reverse, I have interest to identify those activities from adopted by the attacker, learning these skill set from the GitHub or learning the skill set from the red team or vice versa. So I am lucky to find the one of practice version of Corpus Strike. I think it may be a good way to find this practice version because I observed in the past engagement some of the attacker actually using practice version. From two of the major reports from the security intelligence company, one is called We Caught the Future. Another is Mandiant, which is under Google. They have some research claiming more than 40 versions of the cracked Cobalt Strike have been heavily used by the attacker, not the advanced one, but basically they are using the simplify their work tasks to create a shell code and put the tool to encrypt it and weaponization this shell code and pushing to the victim system so that they can set up team server at the back end to control the beacon. So you can see this is one of the team server that I create, and I also start up the Corpus Strike client. Here, I only have myself called Neo2, and there's no system have been compromised. Therefore, no beacon signal sending hello world or we call the beacon phone home to this virtual environment that I set up as the team server. Okay, you can see my Windows 10 system, which is Sendai 05 64-bit version that I offer to the class in year of 2025. So I try to use these virtual machine as the victim machine. Let me make sure my connection is okay because by default, I have two network adapter. One is configured with the host only or private to my Mac with the address 192.168.1.1. Another one, usually I turn off, but this time I need to turn it on because I want my virtual machine to connect another Ubuntu virtual machine that is running on my MacBook and I have allowed them to talk to each other. So let me try to make sure the network connectivity is okay. 190 is my local Windows 10 machine in my case. 153, if I correct. Yeah, this is the team server that I showed you guys previously. Now, it seems everything is okay. Let me go back to the team server to create the listener, which is waiting, and then create the agent so that I can download these and that to make uh, the beacon running in the memory inside my Windows 10 virtual machine. Okay, so I talk too much. I try to do less talking. So actually, I already create one of the listener pointing to my address in the team server. And actually, I also create my one of the PowerShell script so that I can run inside uh, my system. Let me see whether I do have these uh, PowerShell script have been created. Usually, I put in the download agents or Skype. And then, yeah, I have beacon underscore x64 PowerShell script. I also set up a web server right here, basically. Okay, this is the server. This is the client. Yeah, I need to open another terminal to check whether I have the network connection as a web server. Yeah, I have the 50050, which is the team server address, and I have the SSL. I mean, has enabled the web server as 8080. So let me go back to my Windows 10 machine. Okay, I'm on my Windows 10 machine. Let me double check. I can access the web server, open a browser. 192.168.202.153. Don't forget the port number is 8080. Yeah, I can find actually. I can go here and download the PowerShell, but I want everything running in the memory. So let me kickstart a PowerShell. In the PowerShell, there is one powerful script function called IEX, which is the input expression. Whenever you see IEX, beware. It's never been a good news in a PowerShell script when normal user using the PowerShell script. So I want to use IEX to download the PowerShell script that I created by using the Cobalt Strike, which is stored in the web server of the team server. So everything running inside the memory. Okay, I go back to my Windows 10 machine. I open the PowerShell. I also have my PowerShell be able to run the foreign script PowerShell. I set everything before I uh, send out the virtual machine to you guys. So I just simply copy one of the stuff that I create. Uh, the script should be like that. IEX, which they invoke expression with new object, and then download the stuff from the 202.153.880 under the agent, and then try to run it. So I need to delete this. try using the background one. It doesn't work. So I type it. So I need to type it. Yeah, I can do this. I hope this one is working. No, I see nothing. Wait a minute. How about go back to the construct team server? Okay, right now it's okay. Actually, something is running inside the memory right now. And you will see that I have the IP address 160 and 192.168.1.100 connecting me uh, with the user and this machine. The process is PowerShell. How about we do something interesting? Try some features of these speaker. I type internet. If I want to know how to do this thing, I type how. Okay, I can do quite a lot of things. For example, how about using the shell command? If I don't know how to use the shell command, I type shell help shell. Okay, it told me that I can see whether I can use shell command, what directory. Wait a minute, don't see anything. It seems the task of the beacon is running, but I don't see any output. Don't worry, because Cobalt Strike try to keep minimize the network detection capabilities of the environment. It will not so running things in real time. You can keep the sleep time 1 minute or 50 minutes or or 5 hours. Then it is really stealthy. You see the comeback is something like this. Okay, you will see my C command or whatever. Maybe I can see the task list, or maybe I can use it as a GUI interface. How about I do something we call the browse the file browser. I need to wait some time. To save your time, actually, I wait for 1 minute and I can get the information. It seems that it's my window time machine. Of course, I can do some more other activity, but I want to stop it here because I'm not going to show you how. My intention is not trying to show you how and to use the corpus strike. You can go to the GitHub on maybe YouTube. There is a nice video. You can watch them by your own self. The only thing is you need to try to buy one of the corporate strike to do the practicing or using the correct version for demonstration. But don't ask me to provide you that version. That is illegal, basically, from contradicting the intellectual property. Okay, I'll go back to my Windows 10 system. Let me start some of the tool we call the Process Explorer. Process Explorer, where's Process Explorer? Here. Let me see whether I can find corpus struct. Yeah, this is basically one of the demonstration I want to do. That's behavioral analysis by using tools. Windows 10, I don't know why it creates so many the Edge browser. So I do have PowerShell, but I don't know why I cannot see the corpus strike beacon. There's no process called beacon. Then how about if I be able to find the thread? So see any thread right here. Okay, it seems something interesting that that is PowerShell, some other thing right here. Are there any network connection of the PowerShell? Go to TCP/IP. No, I don't see anything right here. Okay, maybe not this one. How about this one? The threads. Yeah, to host. Simple. Location, that is letters to my Windows system. TCP/IP. No TCP/IP. I don't see anything abnormal. Okay, let me try some other tool called Process Hacker that is introduced 2 years ago, but this year I would like to use more because if you have some more features on that, I'm not saying that you can using the Process Hacker to run in replacing the Process Explorer. Both of them have different. They both of them great tool. They have different features, and the PowerShell is major concern. Let me go to see whether I can go to memory. Let me do a shortcut right here. When you see WC, it means write whatever. I want to find read, write, execute. You will see here, you can see here in the use area, you can find the file, if that linked to the file, but there are many RWH, which is read, write, and execute capability in the PowerShell process. I'm quite sure some of them have been contained the reflexive DLL module, but I don't know which one is it. I forgot to turn on the system monitor. Maybe next trial, I will do the system monitor capture and then send a system monitor capture to you guys so that you can do some testing and find whether you can find the code rejection on the Corpus Strike. So basically, it's like that. I don't see the network activity. I see some strange read-write execute capability in memory and PowerShell, but I don't know how the Corpus Strike beacon running. I don't find anything in the file system. Let me do some more thing in the Corpus Strike, and I kickstart the system monitor. If that is the case, I may be able to capture something that is interesting for my class. So I'm lazy. I just turn on the Nano Beam and then I go back to my Corpus Strike team. Okay, I go back right here. Let me do one thing. How about I spawn? I create another version of the maybe I keep this sleep into 5 seconds. I don't want to wait too long time. So still is 1 minute because it's 49 only. So let me do something. I'll go to I don't want to do some other things, but I want to create yes, spawn something as the using the this credential, and then yeah, it changed to 5 second mode. When I do the launch, I need to pick the listener, of course, pick my VM HTTP listener, see what happened. Yeah, you see a new process called run DLL32 created. Yeah, it's 1 minute. I'll change it to 5 seconds. It's not good. It's not good practice when you're really doing the red team exercise or if you are the attacker. Try to keep it in a short time. It's not easy to be detected through the network. So I have two sections, I have two processes. And I remember I turned on the Nano bin. Now I go back to my Unitary machine, or maybe I can do some more other things, see whether I can create some other things. See if I can create do the elevation. Yeah, I've tried to create some more things. create the elevation listener using this one, using different exploit. I don't know if this exploit works or not working. Uh, Try this one. I don't know whether it works or not. See if I second it to see whether I can get a better function. If you will see that some packet sending from the home in the beacon of process X692. That is another X692. I don't see anything right here. Okay, let me stop here and try to go back to the Windows 10 system. And I stopped the Neurobin to capture the sysmon. Okay, I go back to my Windows 10 system and then try to do the control. See, terminate. And you will see I do have the PowerShell. And now I have 132 DLL. And then I have some Python script is Neurobin is running. So I capture everything in the Neurobin data, and I will extract this information and send the Sysmon uh, information to you guys if you may have interest to understand how to detect if you already running the Sysmon and then you have something uh, like the corpus right or sliver or Metasploit. Some people deploy the implant or the beacon on your machine, and then you luckily capture the activity of them. See whether you can do the behavioral analysis by using the sysmon. Uh, if you are good enough, try to remember the process number because when you're using port doc or process doc, you need to find the PID so that you can find out what things is going to do. I remember X692. Uh, I just don't want you to wait on my processing. I stop my recording. Okay, I captured the process more information. I can find my PowerShell 8692. However, I don't have the file information. How about I'm using the port doc or process doc to see whether I can find something in a quicker way. Let me stop the recording. You don't want to waste your time to. Okay, I turn on the hot dog or process dog. I cannot find the PowerShell, but I still be able to identify the 1DLL32, which is created by the beacon from the PowerShell. See if I can see anything. Yeah, you see that it tried to have HTTP connect back to the local environment, and I don't see anything. Wow, it's stealthy. Okay, let me stop for this behavioral demonstration on the Corpus Strike beacon. Okay, during the break, I still be able to find out some more opportunity for me to do some kind of attack using the corpus type, try to using the traditional behavior analysis by call up Neurobin, see whether I can capture some activity on the doing some kind of injection on another known process. First of all, I do have one item with the 1DL32, which is one of the beacon inside the 1DL32. Let me show the memory location, also do the sorting to see whether I can find the read write execute normal location in the memory, similar to the PowerShell. Yeah, I do have some like difficulty, right? I do have two. Wow, it's suspicious, right? You remember this 5352, okay? And also the other part is the PowerShell. If I drag down until you read, write, and execute, you see these two. They are the same size, but of course, different location. I'm wonder whether this is the shellcode of the beacon and also contain one important library called reflected DLL. Okay, so now I'm using this 8948 process. I turn on a process called Notepad. I create one process called Notepad with the port PID 2376. I am using this as a host process, uh, referring in the document that shared by Stephen Fuhrer 2376. Let me pause the system, go back to the game server. Okay, so I do have a process like this. I want to interact with another beacon, which is the 132 DLL with the PID 8948. So I try to interact. Same, I don't know how to use the corpus write command. I type help, and then when I scroll down and I see whether I can inject something, I do have an inject right here, right? Inject. Okay, I don't know who to inject. Inject how? Doesn't work. How inject? Inject with the PID. You remember I told you about the PID of the notepad is 2376 and then run either 64 or whatever the listener. What's the name of the listener? The listener is called VM-HTTP. So let's see. I can type the command called inject right there. And then PID is 2376 X64. That's the new virtual machine that are created for the year 2025. And the listener is VM HTTP. See whether it's correct. Yeah, listener, VM HTTP, go back to the internet right here. Internet, not internet. Let me type. Anything interesting coming up? Yeah, it holds code, sending 300 thousand bytes there. Wow, I do have a new activity right here. However, I forgot to turn on the narrow beam. Let me create another and do the same thing again. Well, this time I turn on a notepad. Well, don't do that, please. Forgive me. What happened? No, I want to use Notepad Plus. Okay, Notepad Plus is 7176. Now I turn on Never Been. I go back to my team server. Okay, I only create an inject to the process one. Let me redo it again. Uh, I remember the last recording is try to create a notepad plus plus. Now I do something. Uh, the process of notepad plus plus is 7176. Let me try this one, changing the index 7176. See whether I can get back a beacon from the Notepad++. Yeah, I got Notepad++, right? Yeah. So let me stop and capture the um, Susmon from the narrow bin. Okay, let me close down it and I stop it. Don't want to waste your time. Up until it finished, and I try to show you in the process stop. Okay, narrow bin already finished and create a new CSV file from the Sysmon, I mean the Processmon. See whether I can find anything. I don't find Processmon. I don't find the additional thing. I don't know why it just trying to hide me from the stuff. I don't find the interesting thing. Maybe the one of the front features that the beacon to try to hide itself from the I mean the process block. So let me stop right here, but I want to show you some tool that I find from the internet that I can run inside my virtual machine because everything is once running inside all the beacon activities running inside the memory. I try to using that tool that has been installed in the tool folder into the this VM for this year. The tool is called I go to the code section. The tool is called Hollow Hunter. Actually, there's another tool called PCF, but I like to try. But Hollow Hunter more faster. I don't need to type too much command. Let me try the Hollow Hunter one inside. I have 64-bit. Change to 64. That it automatically scan if you don't need to type any special command. Once it finish, the interesting thing is it tries to find out malicious process. If they are having the reflexive DLL model, I think, and also have some features inside the memory which doesn't link to the that is marked as the read, write, execute, and there's no specific file linked to that section of the memory. You remember that I opened the process hacker to find this chunk of data, and it will pass the data and show you, create a dump writer, and then you can do some code analysis. So once I finish, I will show you the one of the way how we detect. Hey, we find three and four process that is identified by Hollow Hunter, but bear in mind you don't see process log. It is incomplete. None of the tool is completely detect these cobalt flight beacon. And don't forget that is a corrected version, and I did not. That is a default version. I did not modify anything, and if for the real use, advanced user of either vacuumer or the attacker, they can create something more stealthy by modify the DOF beacon object file. And then when they start the team server and deploy the new agent, it's more stealthy. Not even the Hollow Hunter can do it. Okay, let me show you one interesting thing I can use right now after I dump the malicious shellcode inside this beacon infected process. I can, by using, of course, the Hollow Hunter, I can go to the code Hollow Hunter, blah, blah, blah. You will find a folder right here. I'll extract it and send it to you guys. Uh, which one is more famous one? Let me go back to see the PowerShell X692. Yeah, I have two DLL right here. Let me try to use dump this DLL. Uh, I don't need to dump it, just put it using the basic code check, use PE Studio. You can see basically that version, factor or default version, Copper Strike, even though it is not in the memory, it is not tagged, and it's basically you can see it without you need to do the unpacking. So right here, you'll see that this is the location. You will be able to find the original file name called from DLL. Interesting, right? For as usual, you can find something interesting right here whenever it work is going on. Let me do it again. When you see the highlight in red, you can go inside to check are there any interesting things that help you before you run all the assembler this code by using either poll. You see quite a lot of the suspicious API call, and that is the refactored loader inside the export. Yeah, it is a port of the export of the bconduct DLL because this export will help itself the bconduct DLL to be executed in the host or victim process by running the refactor loader. It will create a map the all the API memory location when these host process being injected with. So let me show you some other things. Go back to the location, go back to the tool code process under one of the DOM. If the DOM is called the, I don't want to jeopardize that one. X692. I'll use another one. Let me go drag it into the pool. See whether I can disassemble it by using standard disassembler. I need to wait until what happens with this icon. And then I will see that it's finished. Is it finished? Yeah. Where I can find the stuff that I'm using. Okay, so I have the diagram. That means everything okay. I go to the export and find the reset reflect DLL loader. Yeah, you can see something interesting, and then you don't see a lot of the API call. For example, if I go to this refactored loader, which create adopted by the author of the corpus guide from the Stephen Fielder, and let me go to the user tricks that I'm always asking to you to do that. What is the reflect the cross reference from and cross reference to, and if it call a lot of the API, then you will see all the color in pink. But this version you don't see because everything is shell code of the reflected loader. And for normal entry level reverse engineer, you can only thing you can do is stop right here. You have no idea what is going on. So that is the power of the Strike. And don't forget, that is only a correct version. That is only a default setting. And if anyone know how to modify the correct version a little bit by modifying the BOF file and send it to you, and even though you learn a skill, and even though you have something you can making use of to try to detect it, it will totally invisible to your eyes. Now, after I finish this, let me try to use another tool called Hayabusa. Hayabusa is do one thing, it scan all the event log. I already turned on my Windows VM with capture all kind of log, including one of the important called sysmod. So let me go there and show you on one Hayabusa, which is will be covered in the lecture on October 10, I think, by Anson. He actually will um, try to show you if the time is allowed. But let me record this, and then you can use this for your real engagement because this is open source. Go to the code, go to the tools, put it. Okay, uh, I do have Hayabusa or Hayabusa, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Japanese, means zero. How to run this? I don't have this. I help. Okay, just help. Yeah. Okay. So what I have to do is try to run this command. I want to create a CSV timeline, and I want to have this timeline as an output. But I don't have the full function. How about I type Hayabusa help and then CSV timeline. Okay, I got a lot of option right here. What I need to do is I want to find the directory of my event log. Or of course, you can copy the event log from other system and then referring to that directory. But now I need to find my local window event log location. Suppose in 32 system, 32 under system 32, I should be able to find what we call the win event or not here. Let me do it again. Win event and then logs. That is the location. So what I have to do is try to type the brochure. I don't need the help anymore. CSV. What's the name? CSV. Timeline. Referring to the directory, I need to type the directory called the D and then the location. I hope that works. I don't want to waste too much time. And then I wanted to put it in the output location. The option of the output location. The output location is O. I want to go to the 10. Hope this command works. Wow, already exceed output 10 call higher function. Is that okay? Yeah. So I need to select what kind of rule. Basically, the higher user is only a tool to use different kind of rules. One of the most important rules is offered by foreign rules, which is called the sigma rule. So I take the free version to do the passing the data, and then does it including sysmon? Yes, because I already have the sysmon installed. So I don't want to waste your time. Let me stop the recording.